All right, as we go through this, I want to show you something I'm putting together to make life a little more simple when we're dealing with severe weather coverage. I'll do the hand tracking in a second, but this is kind of a severe weather hit I've put together. Now I'll push the button. We're looking at two back-to-back reflectivity modes, and then we go two back-to-back velocity modes. I know some of you are probably seeing that gate-to-gate right there. Confirmed tornado with that storm, by the way. But as we go forward here in this hit, you can throw hail in there. You can throw your dual pole debris detection in there as well. And you can also show the shear. I call it Doppler rotation, weak, strong, extreme. But then you can just flip back and forth as you go through here. And you'll see why I have two back-to-back reflectivity images here in just a second. So as we throw this on here, I've tried to narrow it down to as few buttons as possible. I do have the debris and the shear on here as well, and you'll see why in a second. But we can zoom in here as we've got this tornado warning out for this storm here, and it's on the very back end of it, this back hook here, rain wrap tornado right there. But we can continue to move in closer, and we can flip over here to the shear. We can show you the shear inside the storm. So the reason I put the buttons on there is you can have the same view there. And of course, we can go into the debris signature here too, and you can get in a little bit closer there. I say that, there it pops up. But this had the debris signature earlier, but now it looks like it has faded away. I guess you could add a lapse in here if you wanted to loop that. But of course, you've got the storm track. And what we're going to do here is we're kind of going to take the storm track, the motion of the day, and apply it here within the storm track. And of course, just pick which one you want from your palette. So overall, that's kind of how it's done. Now the reason, if you want to go away from this image here, and you can just click the button and advance back into your hit, and you'll be able to show that reflectivity again, and it seems seamless here. So as we zoom back in, we can go back in here, as I grab the right one, of course, and we can go into the tail end of this storm over here and go to the west. And depending on your cell tracker, you can go into the debris signature there. You can look at the shear here, and then you can just continue to zoom in as well. So I like being able to simplify this as much as you possibly can. And then if you just want to go from here, go over to a velocity, you can reset your view that way. You can pan around, and I think this is going to make it a little bit easier. I know it's going to make it easier for me. And then I've got the draw feature on here as well. And of course, you could say, you know what, this is the area right here, watching this area back here to the west, and then you can zoom in. You can say, this is why we've got the tornado warning over here, and you kind of constantly come back in here. And the thing about on this zoom, I've only got it zooming in. On the box zoom, to get out, you just make a bigger box here and expand it out. Or, since I've got two velocity palettes back to back, I can just skip forward on that and just go back to the original view. You also may choose to put the home button in there and just have a general view. But that's what I've done here, just put back to back, so you can just go forward and back here. In fact, we could go all the way back over here to the reflectivity where we started off first off. So that kind of helps out there as well. But that's just what I'm trying to do to simplify it. Of course, Ryan Vaughn helping out a little bit with the color palette and making sure it's black so things stand off. You're going to have to watch those boxes if you have them popping up that show each individual warning, because those tend to get in the way. But that's what I've been working on. Back to you in the newsroom. I think that's good. It worked. I think it was effective. Did you understand what I've done?